Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to the show, everybody. All right, so before we get even too far into that, today is going to be a tough one. Today's going to be a weird one all around. In every aspect, it's going to be weird. Starting with the fact that I still don't feel very well. Yesterday, I came down with something. I'm still dealing with it, so I have a little bit of a headache. I'm a little bit dizzy, a little bit nauseous. Anyway, but we're here. On top of that, I totally forgot that I had taken down my entire streaming setup, converting it into this rig that I'm now sitting in. And so this is the microphone. I don't have my normal mic. I don't have a rant camera. Nothing wanted to cooperate and work this morning. So it was helter-skelter getting the show done. And then, just to make things a little bit worse, right when I had everything set up and ready to go, I was grabbing my keyboard and I dropped it. And the one button that actually hit was the home button, which reset my browser, which meant I had to very quickly try to grab all the news that I had already gathered. Hopefully I got everything for you. On top of that, Amir's running late. I got to check up with him. And, actually, hold on. We might be able to bring Amir on the show. Hold on. Why am I not? Oh, I don't have the right audio or something. Hold on. Let's just get him in here. Join call. There's Amir. Can you hear me, Amir?
Hello.
Hello. All right, let me do. I hear you. So, oh shit, wrong button. I was just.
Am I too high again?
Define too high.
Volume.
Okay, hold on. Where are you though? Why can't I find you? There's. Amir.
I don't know.
There's Amir.
Can you find me?
I think we got it. Oh, you're not really where you belong. Oh, our cameras are all weird. Everything's weird. There we go. I think we have Amir on the show. Amir, are you sitting to the left of your camera a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. A second.
That's fine. No. I'm just, is it you or is it me? I wasn't sure if it was you or if it was me.
No, it was me.
Okay. So Amir is here as well. I was just explaining to people I'm not... Oh, this is going to be a rough show. I forgot that I had turned my streaming setup into a rig, which meant it wasn't ready to do a show this morning. I had no microphone. I had no camera. I had no lighting. I had nothing ready to go for today's show. And then on top of that, right when I got everything set up, I dropped my keyboard and hit the home button, which reset my browser where I had already selected all the news for the day.
Oh my gosh, man,
yeah.
That sucks.
And I don't feel well, so who the F needs that? So good morning, Amir. How are you?
Good morning. Well, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, man. Good morning to you. Good morning, good evening, afternoon to everybody else. I'm good, man. It's been a week, but it's been good so far. I ended up getting a nice surprise yesterday. Yeah.
Why don't you hold that thought? I think I have that queued up for later, actually.
Yeah. I'll hold my thought.
Get to sim rigs. I think I know what you're alluding to there. Let's get some good mornings going here. Tom Jones, PS4 Deadman, David Payne, good morning to the three of you. Hola, Edgar Sancinelli. How are you, buddy? Good morning to you. Let's see, we covered Tom. Alesh Mom, good morning. Dirge is here. Brian Ostrike is here. Caracticus, Caitlin are here. Good morning to all of you, good friends. Tony Morano, hello. Kevin Carter, Spatial Dragon. Am I missing anyone? David S. Chris S. I think we got everybody. If I missed you, I'm very, very sorry. All my cameras are rant cameras. There you go, Caitlin. I had my baked potatoes. They're super tasty. I will say that. I had a burger. My brother and I have been trying to cut down on certain type of eating. Anyway, the baked potato, even though it's still carbs, it's not processed. It's not French fries or fried on top of that. So I had a baked potato with a burger. A cheeseburger with no bun or anything, just the cheeseburger on a plate. Or what do you call that? I don't know, when you just have a burger on a plate, no lettuce, no onion, no mayo, mustard, bread. But
Meatloaf?
No, it wasn't meatloaf, because meatloaf is baked.
Or Salisbury steak or something. I don't know at that point.
No, I think it's.
Or you're doing a keto burger. Is that what it is?
I don't know. Is that keto? I don't know. My brother's the one making the dietary changes. I'm just sort of tagging along, like, all right,
Yeah.
well, cool. I don't mind baked potatoes. They're tasty if you put a bunch of butter
Yeah.
and salt and pepper and cheese. Cheese goes on everything in my world, just so you
Oh,
know.
of course, man. Put some little bit of barbecue sauce on it with some turkey. Oh, dude, it's amazing.
Is that a patty melt? Is a patty melt on the plate, or is a patty melt on like one piece of bread? I thought for some reason.
No, patty melt's like on toast bread.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I
Yeah.
thought. So anyway, that's my world. Probably more than anybody needs to know. Um, so yeah. Well, I'm just gonna get right to it.
Yeah.
I don't mind being here, but I don't want to be here terribly long because I don't feel well. My stomach's upset, so sitting here is kind of like, ugh. So yeah, let's get to it. Sorry about
Oh,
my
so that means
lighting
you
in the
gotta make.
mic.
So that means I gotta make the show extra. I gotta make the show extra long today.
Oh, please don't, please don't. Between the headache, between the stomach ache, no, I would not
All
do
right,
it.
man. All right, I'll be nice to you today.
All right, I appreciate it. So what's going? We had the week before, I think we were apologizing for having a pretty slow week. This week was not slow. We had all
No.
sorts going on. So officially, anybody who might have caught this, or a few hundred people who caught it early, the future of braking, the Moza active pedal. All right, I want to know your thoughts, people. So I've gone back and forth on whether I feel this is a cheat. You drove the Simicube pedal, right?
I have, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through some. Real quick, I'm just gonna go through the basics of how this Moza pedal works, and I want
Hmm.
you to confirm that's what the Simicube. We're gonna have to do a more detailed one at some point, but
Yeah.
so the pedal itself, as far as like let's just say force feedback, removing any of the signals. So I'm not talking about traction control, ABS. I'm just talking about the force feedback aspect of the pedal's
Hmm.
operation. Um, Under normal circumstances, if all of those effects are removed, basically you're dialing in the pedal electronically to feel similar to what a spring or an elastomer set would be. And what I mean by that
Right.
is you're adjusting the tension, you're adjusting
Hmm.
the travel distance, and you can have it linear, put any kind of curves or whatever you want, which would like mimic like a dual elastomer, like a soft and a heavy. So you can do all
Right.
those settings, and then regardless of what you're driving, that's how the pedal's going to act. You've made it act the same as a physical pedal in that respect. Am I correct?
Correct. You're on point so far.
Now, let's get to. I'm going to call it the haptic aspect, even though it's technically built into this pedal versus adding shaker motors. The shaker motors, whether you're talking the Club Sport pedals or the P1000 or the haptic reactors from SimMagic, or whether you're talking about Conspit has haptics on their pedals,
Hmm.
all of these are shaker motors. They're usually on all three pedals, not always. And then you have these triggers, much like you have in a force feedback or a motion sim. So when your ABS is activated, instead of just getting flashing lights on your dash or your wheel, you're going to get a shake out of that motor that is then tunable for speed and speed of the vibration, smoothness, and intensity. And that just basically is shaking the pedal. It's not literally changing the force feedback or the pedal's movement. It is, but the difference is the shakers shake the pedal. In this case, it puts a
Right.
little bit more of even a thump. So the pedal is slightly moving. It's not just a shaking. There is a little bit of a movement in where that pedal face would be under your foot. But it's a lot less than what we are dialing in for the actual force feedback. And it is very, very comparable to the haptic reactors, in my opinion. It's a
Yeah.
little stronger, and it's a little faster, and it's a little bit more noticeable. Those are the big defining differences between the two ways of doing the same thing. Because I think people misunderstand that this pedal, and even though I didn't want to focus on explaining how it doesn't work, I was in my
Right.
review trying to focus on how it works.
Right.
And I think a lot of people have this impression that, like, much like your steering wheel, like that the pedal would be moving, right? Like you'd have this like active, right? The word active in the case of Simicube even implies that it's doing something like that, but it's really not.
Right.
It's acting just like a real pedal, just like a pedal you've used all your life in sim
Hmm.
racing. What I love about it is that you can change those settings so very quickly. So,
Yeah.
for example, if I started the day in the GT3 cars practicing for our season, I in a GT3 car actually like a really stiff, short travel pedal. It allows, we're only dealing with like, a couple of major braking zones per lap,
Right.
so it's not going to wear me out. And it allows me to really balance on that pedal. And I mean balance because that's how I feel how I brake
Hmm.
for that lockup point.
Yeah.
Um, if I take that to rally, I'm not going to finish one stage. That pedal is going to kill me. For rally, I need a lot more travel to work with. I need a much softer pedal because I'm going to be working with like fraction. I'm going to drag the brake a lot more than I do in road racing. Let's face it. I mean,
Hmm.
so yeah, and that's what I really think these pedals bring to the table. Like if you have an
Yeah.
elastomer or hydraulic or a spring setup, depending on what pedals you're on, it might take 15, 20 minutes or even an hour to make a massive change in the way the pedal feels.
Yeah.
Versus this one, I can have presets and change in 15 seconds. Anyway, is that a bit? I mean, I think if I just wanted to nutshell describe how this thing works, that's, I think, my best take on it.
Yeah, I think you nailed it pretty spot on. I mean, I look at it's doing the same thing as a load cell pedal or a hydraulic pedal. Instead of doing it mechanically, it's doing it electronically now. Uh, because I mean, because essentially, like, I mean, with the Moza one and then the SimiCube one, you've got the direct drive at the end, and you've got that worm screw where that's what you're using with your pedals to move back and forth to put that pressure, right? So, uh, essentially, yeah, instead of doing things mechanically, now you're kind of doing electronically with the signals of that. Now there's that sensor inside the direct drive that's dictating, all right, what position is the sensor at, and that's giving the sim the signal of how much braking you're applying. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Tom, I can, but I can guarantee you I can't move it. When everything is cranked up to its max, that thing's at like 400 kilograms, and you literally can't move it.
Yeah.
Even at 200, I can't reach full pressure. Like, and believe me, I have pretty strong thighs. Like, leg press has been one of the things I've been best at in life. And yeah, even with that, it's 200 kilograms is a lot of pressure. Boosted got 56,000 views for his review of that pedal.
Damn.
Where's my towel?
Where is your towel?
You know, the one,
What towel?
the one that
What towel?
no, the towel that I throw in, right?
No, I
No.
would not do that.
All
No.
right, all right.
You
Thank,
know, I
thank God for a mirror. You guys want to know something? If it weren't for a mirror, I would have thrown in the towel. The only
no.
reason this show still goes on is because of mirror. You guys can thank a mirror.
No, no, don't, no, don't blame. No, you're the one that puts like I mean, you're the one that puts in all effort. I mean, you just needed a little push. That was it. I was just there for the push. I think everybody goes through that existential crisis, like existence mode, where they second guess everything. They just need that one person to kind of like, hey, bro, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
Kind of like what Ken does, right? Ken says it all the time. Keep doing what you're doing.
Just do you. Just rock it.
Right.
Just rock it. Daniel Anderson, I pulled up to the chat. You guys hear about the big screen VR2?
I did hear. I read about it this morning. Yeah.
You're the second person who mentioned it, but I have to confess, I don't know what you're talking about. So maybe we'll get a link to it before the show's over. Is it something worth looking at?
Yeah, I can pull it up real quick.
Okay. What else did we have this week? We also had Hotlap Pump Day. Hotlap Pump Day. Where's my here? Let's go to live. Let's go to the live. Hotlap Pump Day. Here we go. Legends in the rain. We ran the Legends car in the rain at Summit Point, Jefferson. It was another crazy Hotlap Pump Day. I'm going to make an announcement. The next Hotlap Pump Day. From now on, we're changing the time. And honestly, Amir, I want to talk to you about the start of this show.
What's up?
Do we need to push back a little bit for you with your?
I mean, it's only until like the time changes.
When's your time
Yeah.
change?
Next Saturday. So yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We won't worry about it. I'll just run solo
Nah.
till you get here or whatever. Okay. So For Hotlap Pump Day, I was supposed to do it this month. We had a conversation with Robbie, and I totally forgot. We were going to start it at 5. The whole reason we were starting so stupid early, and I say stupid early, is it's too early for Americans if they have a job or something to do. And at the same time, is my volume too low now? I saw it spiking when I was getting excited, so I turned it down. Thank you, Tim. We'll try that and see if that works out. It is too low. It's just that it spikes when I get really loud. Yeah, no wipers. That was. I could talk about the
What?
legends for a moment.
There's no wipers in the Legend? Like,
Yeah.
how do you enable rain
So like
and not...
they added the rain tires. That was part of the last update.
Right.
Was adding the rain tires. So if it's if it's if it's too if it's gonna have rain tires, it needs to have defense to see
Yeah.
rain.
Right? Oh my gosh, iRacing. Oh my gosh. Like we were praising you a couple weeks ago, and now we got to put you back on the shit list.
Yeah, kind of screwed that one up, or at least put the dirt screen on. If if you're gonna run rain tires, like when you switch to rain tires, they should pull off the Lexan windshield and put the grid mesh on, and tell you to use your tear offs just like you would if you were riding in the Legends dirt, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, at this event, it was Andrus Slissons was on fire. Andrus Slissons was the only driver to hit a 1-minute flat. I mean, he demolished everyone in this event. Rory King, who won last month's, actually here, got a shot of Andrus out on track. Rory King, that's the wrong clip, sorry. There's Andrus. Rory King won last month and was second this month. Andrus wins the event. Here's the thing, though. Both of them have already won an event this year, which means the third place driver, who is like 2 seconds off of Andrus's pace, actually gets the golden ticket. You want to know who that is?
Who was that?
That's me.
You?
I lucked into a ticket.
Cheating! Admin cheating!
Yeah.
Cheats, hacks!
Yeah, I feel a little bad about it, but what do you do? In fact, when Andrus is telling, Andrus, thank God for Andrus listens, he was explaining to me the rules of my own event. So he was showing me that he and Rory had both already won. And then I'm like, oh, okay, so Robbie gets the ticket. And he's like, no, you dummy. It's the timing and qualifying, not the finishing order of the race. Anyway. So thank you, Andrus, on so many levels and ways. Anyway, next month we will be starting Hotlap Pump Day at 5 o'clock. That's going to be the new start time, 5 o'clock Pacific. That's 8 o'clock Eastern. And I know for the Euros that's a little bit later, but for the dedicated, I think it still has it in that crazy zone because I've done things much later. But yeah, that is going to be the new thing for Hotlap Pump Day.
Okay.
What else? That's not it.
Before you move on, before we move on, David S asked a question. I don't know if you saw it or not, but he was asking, would you recommend the whole Moza set with the M booster for, how much, however it is, as an upgrade over the Fanatec V3s?
Okay. In 2025. I'm still going to hold by the statement I've made for almost a decade now, which is that Fanatec V3s are the minimum for having pedals that are not preventing you from winning races.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the load cell's a little light. Yeah, I think the travel's not as long as some of the more modern pedals, and it's all a little small. I mean, even now, funny enough, compared to what we've done to pedals in the last 10 years, the Club Sport's almost small. They almost come off like a Logitech pedal set at this point in a weird way. No, but in my opinion, the V3 pedals are still such a great pedal set, especially for the money. And yeah, you're not losing time. You're not losing anything on a set of V3s. Now, with that said, we spend a lot of time in our sim rigs. you know.
Hmm.
Um, I don't spend a lot of money on fancy clothes because I don't go out a lot, so I don't need a lot. I just need a few items for
Yeah.
those occasions, right? I spend a lot of time on my rig, so I can justify putting money into my number one hobby.
Right.
And yeah, so if that's the case, I mean, at the end of the show, you're gonna hear what Amir has to say to contrast, or at least give a comparison to what I'm saying here. But I think that active pedal is really cool and it's really fun. And
Hmm.
it's really immersive and it adds a whole different dimension to the sim racing experience.
Yeah.
Um, if money was an object, you can get just the gas pedal and the brake. Like, man, I find half the time I go to do my map my controls because since I change so often, I'm constantly having to remap.
Right.
Almost all the cars show me with an auto clutch at this point. So
Yeah.
and it's like I'm not even using the clutch half the time, and if I do, I end up mapping it to one of my floppy paddles because every wheel comes with like 18 paddles now. So, with with all of that, man, it's really fun. It's like as good as having a good wheelbase in terms of just the
Right.
enjoyment of the drive. So, yeah, I mean, I could really, I hate when I'm the guy making the argument for expensive gear because as much as I've reviewed things, the whole time in sim racing, I've always maintained the like minimum, like this is what you need, and until very recently, the standards were very low. But things have changed. Things have really
Yeah.
taken a performance leap, and I don't know. I can't tell anyone to go buy a T 300 or Thrustmaster. I can't even recommend like the G series Logitech.
Hmm.
I can recommend their Pro. I haven't driven it, but at least it's a direct drive.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. I think are they charging 500 for for inverted V3s? Yeah, but their
Yeah. For the
inversion
inverter.
kit's like $200, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the base pedals are just $300, two ninety
Something like
nine.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then what
Well,
I
for now, until tariffs take over in April, because Fanatec, I don't know if you have that as your story, one of your stories, but Fanatec just announced the prices are going to change in April because of the tariffs taking in effect.
lovely,
I
and
know.
that'll be across. That'll be just about everybody, I do believe. Um, VNM lights. That is a. I've never used them, but I've had so many people recommend that as a budget set. That's really kick
Mhm.
ass, for sure, for sure. Good call, Edgar.
No,
Um,
I mean, yeah. To your point, I think, and like going to David's point, I think when it comes to, especially when it comes to load cell pedals, hydraulic pedals, and now like active pedals, um, it's really going to come down to one: is your pedal broken and now you need new pedals, or two, are you just not comfortable with your pedals? Like you've tried everything you can, because everything's really based off of the feedback that you get from your equipment. So if you're not feeling that connection, you're not comfortable with them, then I would recommend changing and upgrading to something else. But if you've tried everything and you can't get your, because to me, this always comes down to how comfortable are you with your gear. That is what's going to make or break how well you do in sim racing. Like if you're just not connecting with the equipment, then maybe you need to change it, or maybe you need to readjust your way of thinking of how you should be getting feedback from your equipment. Or if you have like money, if you have like a bunch of money laying in your bank just sitting there, go buy whatever you want. So
yeah. P Little, I'm still that guy. It was just not that long ago that I built yet another Deathmobile. And we've done some DIY wheels, and yeah, I mean, but I will say, it's not so much that it's impossible. It's getting harder and more expensive to be the DIY guy in sim racing. Um, when we first started doing this and we were building the Deathmobile, we were building the PVC, not simulator, accelerate. What was the name
yeah.
of that? I can't remember the name of that. PVC. It had a name, an official name. It was a blueprint from
Oh,
the
I can't
outside.
remember.
Um, Back then, like the best rig on the market was an Obuto,
Yep.
which had a lot. to be desired with still. As good as the first Obato was, it needed improvement. So us DIYers were still building superior rigs, in my opinion.
Hmm.
And the same thing even in early days of wheels when we were still bolting a Momo over some kind of a sandwich plate or button box, if you want to call it that. But now when we're looking at this, how am I going to build this? I mean, like, and if I am going to build this, it's going to cost me nearly the price to do so. I mean, like, or certainly like enough that it's like, wow, do you really want to spend $300 building a DIY wheel? That's a lot of
Yeah.
money for a DIY project. Back in the day when we were doing DIY, it's because we could build something for 50, $60.
Yep.
Even my 3D printed wheel. So everything on it was 3D printed except for the leather that I wrapped the plastic with for the grips. I think I still was in for like $140, $160. I'd have to go back and look at the video, but
Hmm.
it is getting harder for sure.
Yeah.
But V3s will get the job done. I'll tell you what, though, I would revisit everyone kind of shrugged off the motors, myself included, back in the day. Um, I think that I know with Fanatic, but I know with SimHub you can run those Fanatic motors, and with all
Yep.
the rage of haptics, I think I would really revisit the concept now. Also, I think there are more outputs from games now than there used to be for those devices because of the
Yep.
demand for it. So, um, all right. Any more on that topic? Um,
Mm,
I
no.
love, I love the active pedal. I mean,
Hmm.
I just will say that. I mean, it was one of the easiest reviews I ever did.
Nice.
I mean, it just because oh my god, look, this is
Yeah.
exactly what I needed. This is exactly what I needed to if you need now. With that said, let me just finish with one more thought. If you're the type now, there are different types of drivers, but if you're the type of driver, you're like, look, I just want my brake pedal to feel like this, and I don't want it to change because consistency is everything. That is a very clear thinking way of going at it. And if that's the case, I don't know if you need that pedal because with a really good pedal set with adjustable springs or elastomers or hydraulics where you can adjust the tension and create stages, I feel that you can dial in exactly the settings that you're looking for. So like my Ricmotech hydraulic uses a hydraulic and dual elastomers that I can change the durometer to achieve what I want. As far as elastomer only or elastomer and spring, the Simtrek pedals, I was able to get a very, very perfect pedal for my feel. Um, so any good pedal set, P1000, same thing, with their like mini elastomers in there. Um, so if you just want super consistency, I don't think you need it. I really don't. And then if you want haptics, add a reactor.
Yeah.
It's a much more affordable route to go than $1,000 to have a pedal set.
Hmm.
Um, all right. Ooh, are we getting uncivil?
Just a little bit. Just a little reminder. I like
Where
discussions. I like debates, but just keep it nice. Keep it civil. We're all here. Part of the pit crew to have fun, not to jump on each other's backs. But yeah.
Tom Jones, are Wave Italy pedals still a thing? Yeah, they still exist, and I've heard rumors of maybe new things out of them. I've heard some things. Not saying. Don't hold me to that. Um, all right, people, don't make me bust out on the band hammer. Um, yeah, let's. All right, now I'm going to take it to one step further. Simrig 412 and Spatial, you're both on a timeout. I don't want to see either of you chatting for like 5 or 10 minutes, and the next things out of your mouth better be unrelated to what you're talking about. And yeah, that's it. Last warning for both of you. Oh, look, Amir. I'm saying it, and Amir's typing it. I'm
I know.
over that. I'll tell you that this. I've been everywhere in this industry, including running communities, and the days of tolerance for that are so over.
Yeah.
And some of you have even experienced this in the past. It's harsher now than ever. You know why? Because the minute you don't rein it in, it gets out of hand. And I'm so done
Yep.
policing. I'm done policing. I boot. I don't police. I boot. So just warning. Just watch your P's and Q's, people. All
Yep.
right. Anything else on the action pedal?
Yeah. Well, you were talking about the Wave Italy pedals because Tom Jones brought it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They make some beautiful stuff. They do, for sure.
Yeah, I saw their pedal, like their pedals look beautiful, but man, for load cell pedals, they're huge.
Yeah, and they're pricey.
Oh no, it's just pricey, but like they're big.
Yeah, they are. Well, the
pedals.
pedal arms are like that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried them years ago when they were at the Sim Racing Expo when they had their F1 simulator,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize how big they were. Like I saw your review when you did them years ago, but I'm like, I didn't realize like how they were until like I saw them on their stand. I'm like, holy crap! Like, are these load cell or are these hydraulic pedals? Like I couldn't tell because just how massive they were.
Ken Estep is driving on those pedals right now, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah. Jay Goob, love you back. bud.
Woo! Love everybody.
Love everybody. Everybody love everybody. I got a ring right here. You know what it says? Everybody love everybody. All right. What else this week? We had Legends in the Rain. That was on Wednesday, Hotlap Pump Day.
Yep.
We had we already talked about Moza pedal. Okay, so yesterday was Rally Chili.
Oh, okay.
It was cold. No, it wasn't cold.
Was
It was super
about to say
dry.
Chile? About to say Chile's more of a desert climate, right?
Yeah, it was really dry and crazy, and yeah, it was fun. I did it while dizzy and sick on a full motion simulator, and it was a brutal rally. But it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna get to the results at the end of the show when we get to racing effort. So, yeah, that's just another video we put out. I'm not gonna go into great detail on that right now. And I think that's everything from the sim pit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been slacking a lot lately, man. And I'll admit it, I've been slacking on my part too. But I got to change that now that I'm kind of getting adjusted to my new life situation. Like yesterday, like man, I went. I mean, because part of the excitement. So I mean, we'll get to it towards the end. But I was so excited to get what I got. I'm like, I immediately like. I'm filming right now. Like I'm starting everything right now. Like I had so much motivation to do stuff. Like I had the energy, I had the motivation. Like all right, I'm starting. Like this came like right at the perfect time for me like to get my to say screw it. I don't care how long today or drove. Like I'm starting. I'm doing this now.
Nice, I get it. Yeah, well, you've made a big adjustment. That's tough to
Yeah.
adjust. That's tough to adjust to.
Yeah, man. Now I got the beard. I got longer hair. So like it's all working out well.
Making it very noticeable. All right, out of iRacing, we've got the Sebring 12 hours coming up this weekend. Amir, I know you are running it with our group, and
Yep.
what we've got here, I'm gonna pull things up real quick. I
There
know
you go.
we have 2 entries, 2 teams
Yep.
entered into the race. And wait, where'd it go? Oh wait, I'm in the wrong one. Hold on, bear with me.
Oh, I can tell you like who they are. Yeah.
Okay, hey,
Uh,
I got it now. But
Okay, there you go.
you're running with Chris Generelli and Ola.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm in
Tony Morano.
streaming mode. Ace of Deuce, Anthony Morano is back in
Yeah.
action. Oh, I love it. That's a great team. That's a great lineup right
It
there.
is.
And
Yep.
that's Team Blue. Team Orange for Sebring is going to be Sam Hinchy, Noah Hinton, and Mike Pepper. I wonder if he's heir to the throne of Dr. Pepper.
Maybe.
That would be awesome.
I don't know. Right.
Best of luck to the Sim Pit Endurance teams. 2 cars at Sebring 12 hour. And are you going to stream him here? Oh, you went away. Maybe here, if he's away, here we have automatic earmuffs. We'll go to this. Oh, he's back. He's back. We can't do it. Never mind.
What?
Nothing. I'm not saying anything. Are you?
Oh, I got up to grab something, and all I heard was the mirror muffs.
Well, I figured if you were going away on a quick break, I was going to cover a certain story that I didn't have time for in that
Oh, gotcha.
span of time.
Okay, I took my headset off. I'm good.
You're off? Well, no, we're way ahead of the game. I was just taking advantage of time.
Oh, no, because Callum gave me a deadline to build my wheel, but it's all going to depend on some certain things because I haven't been able to get all the parts. But I started getting in my parts for the rally wheel too.
Oh, the rally reel. See, we're back on DIY. Look at that. Is that a Momo? That
That's
looks like a Momo.
it is a Momo.
God, you are rich.
No, so I don't know if it's a genuine Momo. I just got it off of AliExpress for $40.
Oh, that's not a Momo.
So
Is
I
it?
mean, it has a Momo logo.
Does it? So on is the aluminum on the back say Momo anywhere, like engraved?
Oh, oh, I don't know. No,
I think real Momos have like a number or a. I think there's a stamp that like, yes, this is legit.
then
I don't know. You
then
never
the
know though. It's a crazy world.
then the button box plate. Yeah.
That's carbon
So
fiber.
yep.
So do you order that directly from Porknoy?
You can, or you can take so you can do multiple things with Cornwall. You can either order this. You can order most of the parts from their website, or like once you order the plans and they send you the files, you can take those files and take it virtually. You can either print everything yourself on your 3D printer, or you can send it to like all those different websites where they do 3D printing, aluminum milling, and stuff, and just upload those files, and they'll make that stuff for you.
That set of pedals I did was like that. They're
Yeah,
he had there are plans for like the 3D printed version or the cut metal version and
yeah,
all the files so you could if you wanted to billet aluminum you could it would be sort of sweet.
yeah,
Um that's kind of cool. I love that business model by the way.
yeah.
I mean
It's
like
great, man.
yeah, because a lot of people are just going to order it from him because it's like you already have the one, it's
Yeah.
perfect. I can see it, if I see what you get,
I mean, yeah, man. Like I was hesitant at first, like when I first did the first Cornwall wheel, where I did it with the screw, with the LCD and everything. Like I was kind of against it at first, but as I started building it and I was looking at everything you can get, I'm like, oh, well, I can order this from their website because I wanted the housing to be aluminum because I don't want it to be 3D printed. But then I can 3D print the shifters and I can 3D print this, but I can buy this from this and then just wait for all the gear and equipment and buttons and knobs and all that stuff to show up. I'm like, all right, now it's time to build. And kind of taking the same approach with this wheel. This one I'm going to rely more on me either like getting stuff fabricated or me 3D printing stuff, and going through it that way. Yeah, it was so much fun building another wheel. I can't wait to start building this wheel, and then hopefully I want to build another one of their wheels.
right.
But that'll be later on down the road. Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
I love it. John Hill, thank you for the audio correct. And I tell you, I ask you people all the time, and so I really want to thank everybody because you've made some comments about my volume and Amir's. And again, anytime we're streaming anything, I'm still scarred by that one stream we did on the iRacing new content. Like
I
that
turned
really
my volume down.
that oh I turned it down on my end too though.
Oh.
Um. But that I can't tell you how much it hurts me to play that video. So
Yeah.
just anytime we're streaming, I appreciate any input and help because anybody who's ever streamed, you might know this, but OBS is about the worst thing in the world for audio. It is like what you see is not what you get when you're looking at the meters.
Right.
And it's, yeah, especially if you have more than one audio on something. Anyway, I appreciate it. Thank you. Hopefully we got it just right. Feel free to comment if not.
Yep.
All right. So Sebring, and then the only other thing out of iRacing right now is a little pat on the back to the iRacing community. This is an impressive start to 2025. Your
Yeah.
season 1 recaps are now available in the profile section of iRacing UI and mobile app. How did you do? Anyway, 32,600 races. This is just season 1.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 451,000 ranked races.
Mm-hmm.
147,000 hosted events, 631,000 total events. There were 238,000 unique drivers. So when we're talking about what does Le Mans need to be rivaling, right,
Hmm.
community wise, these are the kind of numbers it takes to get what's going on at iRacing. Uh,
Yeah.
9 million total drivers. I don't know what that means because unique drivers
Yeah.
is
I never
actual in.
understood that either.
That means that the 238,000 people drove 9 million times. I think is what that means.
Is it?
I think
Or
that's
is that
like is 238,000 times 631,000? No, that would be way more than 9 million.
right?
Anyway, but yeah, total drivers makes no sense because you can't have more total drivers than your unique drivers.
Yeah.
That is your total drivers, right?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, that's where I'm like, is it like, are they counting like, all right, there was 238,000 people that did official races, but 9,000 total were like doing practice or hosted? Because I mean, like between you and me, we really don't do officials. Like we mostly do league racing, or like we jump into practice sessions and do our own thing. So I don't know. Like I'd like to really know like how iRacing calculates that, or I don't know.
I think that's literally the amount of unique drivers multiplied by the amount of events they did.
Could
So,
be,
like,
yeah,
let's say I'm one of those unique drivers and I ran 4 sanctioned races.
yeah,
I count 4 times on the total drivers, but once on the unique. But we don't know. We're just speculating. Um,
yeah. To me, it's kind of cheating the numbers, though,
did they make a
right?
Matt's off-road
Uh,
recovery road game? Is that the guy with the? It's like yellow, like it's like I can't even remember what kind. It's like almost like a taxi
yeah.
or a station wagon, like 4x that he like literally can
Right.
pull anything. Is that what that guy is? I've seen his
I don't
YouTube
know.
stuff. I didn't know they made a game for him. That's cool. Um, you won a ranked race just a week ago, by the way, 2 weeks ago.
I did.
Fucker.
I did.
Sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm not a.
Yeah, you did.
I'm not a
Yeah, you
bitter.
did.
I'm not a bitter man.
It's all right because this Sunday you can, you can have your redemption. You can begin your road for redemption.
Road Rage Redemption.
And
What
not
is
road rage.
what is this?
Road to redemption.
What is this rude interruption? Hold on, I gotta turn that off. It was 20 years ago today. No, it was 10 years ago on the 15th, aka a decade ago. The Dream Pack DLC brought the legendary Nürburgring Nordschleife to Assetto Corsa. It wasn't just another track, it defined the sim racing community. That's a fair statement, by the way. That's not even an exaggeration, in my opinion. Anyway, they are talking about 10 years later. We're pushing limits once again in Assetto Corsa Evo. We're bringing the world around the Nürburgring to life like never before. Anyway, that's kind of cool. Right up from them on, but it was 10 years ago that we got that
Oh
version of
wow.
Nordschleife. Yeah, that's what I was tripping out on. By the way, 10 years ago we got that version of Nordschleife that did change. That was like a big deal when that happened. I remember that
Yeah.
vividly.
I mean, everybody was asking it for so long too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not till June, right? Yeah, I think the Nurburgring pack is not coming until June.
They didn't give us a date.
Or
Show more.
yeah, because they said
Yeah.
so. I remember like when Misha did the video announcing Nurburgring along with being able to drive off the track stuff. That was like they said summertime.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Um, Avo is the whole new game. The whole new game. Um, Corvair station wagon. Not a I didn't know there was a. Wait, how do you make a Corvair station wagon? A Corvair is a mid-engine car.
I don't know. I mean, you can make anything to a wagon, right?
But like, if you a station wagon almost needs a front engine, doesn't it?
You don't have to.
I guess you just don't
I
have a
mean,
back seat. It's just an engine in there with you.
yeah,
I hope they put a
yeah,
window. Like most
right.
cars that do that separate the driver from the engine still,
Yep.
for a reason. For a lot of
Yeah.
reasons. Let me name Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band Race Series. I love it. You have to we hold down the mic button, blasting Beatles while you race.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a guy who was singing while racing, and it made me laugh because that's the kind of stuff I used to like do in my head during endurance races. But he was like singing out loud, like you could hear him. It was crazy. Okay, kids sitting on the engine, exactly. It's just that's part of their heater system. 8:47. I promised a short show, and I just started the news. I'm gonna rattle through
Little
these though.
little by little, I've been trying, getting you to keep on with the conversation. If you haven't
You
noticed,
keep digging little holes, and I keep jumping in them.
it's so
I
easy.
know. It
It's
is.
so easy. It's like when we have our private conversations, we're like, "Oh man, it's been an hour. All right, we gotta go."
How
And
many
then
times?
like, "But wait a minute, I gotta tell you something else."
Yeah.
And then it's like another 30 minutes, and they're like, "All right, Sean, bye." But hey, Amir, I gotta tell you about this other.
Yeah. Hey, Amir, I gotta go. I really gotta go. Oh, but wait, before I do, let me just tell you that. All right, Le Mans Ultimate. A lot of you have been asking for it, so here it is. A fresh update to content with plenty of balance of performance changes to hypercar and LM3 GT3 cars.
Mhm.
So,
No,
and then they have the patch notes. I thought I pulled up the patch
yeah,
notes.
man, I've been
Pull them
wanting
up.
to get back into it again. Just I have not had the time at all.
Yeah. Some gameplay and HUD fixes, track updates to Circuit of Americas, Le Mans, Spa, Monza, Bahrain, car updates, some updates to CDA LMT GT3s, blah blah blah, hypercars, all the cars. Yeah. So mini update, we'll call that, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's like a little patch, which is good. I mean, it's still showing that LMU's got life and they continue on as if nothing's happening. And I believe they're still keeping they've still kept their the amount of people who are driving. I think it's gone up a little bit. I can't remember,
I know they got a
which is a
new
good sign.
spike on the update, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's good.
yeah.
All right, BeamNG. On the 18th, they posted
Hey,
this. I find this. I reported them. I reported this.
for what?
I found it offensive. This post.
Why?
I did, and
You never find anything offensive.
I was extremely. Here, I'll turn this into a rant cam.
Oh, I
How
see
dare
why.
people make statements like this? All right. BeamNG, March 18th. I've uninstalled BeamNG as a result, and
We're,
I'm going to do a whole show on my loathing of BeamNG. All right.
was it for the comment? Ah, the wind in your.
Oh, now you're getting in on it too. Why don't you all just get in on it? BeamNG, March 18th. Ah, the wind in your hair, the bugs in your teeth. Well, I can get that part. Great. That's the part
It's
I
all right.
get. You get the wind in the hair, I get the bugs in the teeth.
I'll be the bigger hair guy. It's okay.
Stupidness. All right, let's move on. BeamNG 22 hours ago. Let's level the playing field by giving everyone equal hair. Right? That's what they meant. Right? They have a hair dial. So now one of the settings on your, that you can turn up and down is hair density. I'm going to have LED hair done so I can do it
There.
on my little smartwatch, and I can be like, "Oh, I want green hair now." Is that a good invention? Should I do like a LED hair cap for bald people? Um okay, then those
What are we?
hairless
What are we?
cats. It's not a cat, Stan. Okay, so this is basically technical settings that there's a performance index. It looks like some tuning like grading is my guess. So like if you super tune a car, it starts giving it a performance index or something along those lines.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. They're very always sort of like if you're like really in and know everything about BeamNG, you probably know exactly just looking at the picture what that means. But I'm not familiar enough with car
Mhm.
upgrades to truly tell you that. Um, so,
Yeah.
um,
Hey,
no, I'm not gonna upgrade my PC. I'm
What
it
do you mean?
just no. In like 4 years, I'm just gonna have to switch it to black and white, right?
What?
Sorry,
Why that?
I don't know, because it just seems that's the way. I'm just the old
We're
man.
instead of advancing with technology, we're just gonna take a step forward
No,
and like no.
you're young
Are
enough. You get to advance. I don't.
are are we gonna get to a point where like we're gonna be broadcasting on AM radio?
I tell you what, you guys are gonna be really embarrassed when I beat you guys with my wooden wheels. I just want you to know that. You'll be like, how the hell does that guy drive those wooden wheels so fast? Traction! Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
Welcome to the show.
I said- we
Yeah,
got random in here, random call signs here. Connor, hi guys, how's it going?
in case you
It's,
guys missed my sarcasm, by the way, I am super excited about any
you,
updates because I was
you
just
know, you know what I'm gonna do for your birthday?
get me a
I think
wig.
this would be the perfect. No, no, no. I'm gonna send you a stone and chisel so you can chisel yourself a wheel for your sim rig.
I'm telling you, this is going to slow down the review process, but my next review will be chisels and stone. So,
It's like, hey guys, I'm gonna show you how to chisel stone. You know, chisel a wheel out of stone, out of marble. There you go.
Dirge got it. I just have to green screen my cap. So I'll get like a green swimmer's cap, and then I'll just like whatever I want. I'm going to have fire hair. I'm going to be like straight up anime from now on. And like, wow, look at Sean's fire hair. Oh, he's in a different mood. He's ice hair today. I love
Oh man. This is like we're going to like Ghost in the Shell territory. So,
it. Ken Estep, are you running Wave Italy pedals or are you running Moza? Someone said you were running Moza pedals now. Just a question. Old timey mustache, like a twist,
wearing a pencil suit,
pencil thin mustache.
wearing a zoot suit.
Anybody know the song? Oh, I don't know. The Jimmy Buffett, chew a little juicy fruit. I got the beat all wrong. I think that's the one that talks about a pencil thin mustache. I wish
That's
I had a pencil thin mustache. That might have been close. I haven't heard it in ages. Well, Jimmy Buffett died and like his music went away. I mean, I know there are like massive parrot heads out there, but like I haven't heard a Jimmy Buffett song in a decade. Isn't that weird?
I don't know.
You know who Jimmy
I don't
Buffett
know.
is?
I know who Jimmy Buffett is. I just they don't play him here in Europe, so yeah.
You had a
I think he
connector
was only.
break.
I think he was only probably popular with like the spring breaker, with the spring breakers that were trying to get drunk. And everything.
Oh,
Like,
no.
yeah, this guy's singing my song. Woo!
Now Tom Jones says I should just green screen my whole face and I can superimpose a different character each week.
Well, actually, you could do that. You could probably just have a green screen behind your behind your head, and just like do your hair that way.
How about I just have an AI take my place and I just move to Tahiti? Okay. All right. What else? Margaritaville. I used to be a giant Jimmy Buffett fan. I think everybody at some
Yeah.
point, if you had a drinking phase, it was pretty hard to not be a Jimmy Buffett fan. All right.
I mean, that was it. Margaritaville was the anthem for all the drunks back, during spring break back in the day.
All right. This is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
EA Sports WRC.
Ooh,
Push it to the edge. Yeah, it's in the game. The games are lame. Push it to the edge. Hard Chargers reveal tomorrow. Tomorrow is a couple days ago. I'm just playing it up.
Ooh.
And we have a shot of a Hyundai that looks like the one that's already in it.
Yeah.
And like I think I already drive this car sometimes. All right. Anyway, now we have this picture. 6 new cars, 18 new liveries arrive in EA Sports WRC next week. Which one are you driving first? Ford Escort RS 1600 MK1, the Ford Focus WRC 99, Hyundai i20 Coupe WRC 21, the Opel Corsa Rally 4, Renault Clio Rally 3 or Rally 4. Those are the new cars coming in the hard charger pack. And now we have some video.
Yeah. That's man. Yeah.
That'll be cool. So,
That's yeah, definitely. Oh, I mean, it opens up a lot more possibilities for our rally league.
yeah,
Definitely for sure.
where it's been hiding the game all these decades, still loading. um, a waifu avatar. That'll be my next character. I love it.
Or maybe I should do
Automobilist.
that for your,
Oh, go ahead.
maybe I said maybe I should do that for your next livery. Have like a waifu as part of your livery for your car.
I got stuck with a waifu livery once in our Oval
I
League.
know, bro. You had Carl make you it
Yeah,
for you.
yeah, they stuck me with it. I've
Which
had
reminds me, oh,
I've
I
had
need
to
to send
drive.
you. I need to send you the livery before Sunday before our race. Yeah.
I'm not racing.
What do you mean you're not racing
Oh, on Sunday.
on Sunday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, okay. I'm
Oh,
racing on Sunday.
yeah, you
Um.
got to. I
Oh,
got to beat
John,
you.
John, don't spoil it. No spoilers, John. Automobilista 2 version 1.6.4.2 is now live. This update, I haven't done it yet, but
Ooh.
you all ought to for sure. Um, this update introduces the super trophy trucks. I saw some videos of them at Long Beach. In fact, that photo right there looks like Long Beach. Yes, it is. I see the Tamiya and the Extreme Sim Racing. Both are sponsors of the event. Bubba Burgers. Um, yeah, I gotta find some free time. I'm so short on time right now. Here it is. Here's the
Yeah.
video I saw. Oh, check this out.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Where have these been all my life? Oh, I probably just
I know.
demonetized the show. It
Oh,
was
if you
worth.
played music,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was worth it.
So there was a couple of videos I had to clean up saying because we were demonetized for it.
I'm getting yeah. We have to double check some of our music. YouTube's getting like YouTube is literally changing their policies on music that they license themselves.
Well, dude, what the funny part is, like, I was seeing like every time I go into like the YouTube for us, like for for the creators, like because I would get a message like, oh, this video has been has been demonetized, and I go in, I'm like, that's a video from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like they're just now catching it. Like what? So I have to go in, erase the song, and make sure it's good, so we can keep on getting the money for
Well, and
it.
again, half the time, if you look at the song, it was a song that YouTube had the license for. I
Yep,
think I think they lost they stopped paying for licenses or went to a different
probably.
business model with the people they had licenses with, and we're like,
Yep.
look, we're not going to pay you a we'd rather pay you a royalty or your monetization money
Yeah.
than pay you for the license. But yeah, it kind of sucks. Actually, it massively
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. That's why I
Um,
switched to Epidemic, because that way I don't have to worry about any of that stuff
yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
Well, and if you think about it, it's really unfair for YouTube. They set like all the music I used on the show for a whole segment of time was music they had the license for. They put it out there like here is music you can use on your show and not deal with all this licensing crap. And
Yeah.
then for 5 years later for them to pull that, it's like, well, I put a lot of work into my stuff, and you're just like yanking it like that, or
Yeah.
changing my monetization to somebody else because that's fucked up. Oh, I did it
Yeah.
again. Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
All
We're
right.
sorry.
All right. Race room milestone achieved. I think they need to shorten up the time on music licensing. By the way, I'm sorry, but um, like I just like the amount of stuff that doesn't get caught. Like, oh gosh,
Yeah.
um, but or more importantly, there aren't that many friggin' notes.
Yeah.
Right? And there aren't that many sequences if you're going to stay with proper music timing. So unless
Yeah.
everything's going to become like Neil Peart inside out and backwards and upside down, there are only so many standard beats you can run. So like at some point we're going to have a yeah, I just think they need to kind of shorten up the whole thing. There are still people getting paid
Mhm.
on royalties for like, and it's not even like maybe it's one thing if we're talking the whole song, but when it comes down to just like the musical part, I'm not sure I feel
Yeah.
the same way. Um. Anyway, all right. Sorry, I don't mean to get into that, and I have no business talking about it because I don't make music. I don't need to protect music. Yeah.
You know what I
Um.
did?
What?
I made you jump into another hole.
And here it is, 9:02. I got a headache. I'm dizzy. I could throw up at any moment, and here I am talking about music licenses. Who cares? All right. Race room.
Dance, puppet, dance.
Milestone achieved. Woo! We've officially logged over 2 million ranked races in Race Room. That's pretty cool. And for the first time ever, a driver has surpassed 10,000 ranked races. An incredible achievement. Way to go, Jack Kitely. No. Dance puppet. That's my new nickname. Okay, you have to read Japanese to know the answer to this question. But do you know I actually watched the Japanese feed of Gran Turismo on Twitter. I don't watch the American feed. I just figure they're the source, right?
Right? Yeah.
That is the horse's mouth. Look, it's Kaz himself.
Yeah.
In Japanese, authentico. Anyway, here's their next tease of the new cars coming to the game.
Nice.
Can anyone identify any of those lines?
No.
That's a funky hood on this car on the right. Look at the amount of levels for this hood. What is that? I feel like we should know what that is by that.
Oh, I don't know, man. I can't tell any of those cars.
And then that thing back there.
In the back, that looks like a Mazda or a Volvo. The one in the very back.
Yeah. It looks like a hot hatch of some sort.
Yeah.
With a real flat deck. All right. Oh, yep. X-Driver's saying Volvo, too, on that one.
Yeah.
The Volvo little hot hatch is a really cool car.
Yeah, they are, dude.
Yeah.
And they're quick, too. Like, yeah, I was on the Autobahn with one, and oh my god, dude. There's one that just flew right past me. I was already going 160 kilometers. This dude was, like, going 220. Just... Yo, no F's given. Like, yeah.
Oh, is that the new Supra? Is that what that is on the right? The new little Supra.
Is it?
It's kind of like a big GR86, but
oh, okay.
It looks, it's like just a big version, but it's not big either. It's a small car.
Right.
I see none of that car on the road. That's like
I don't see them either.
They just did not sell. I was gonna say a unicorn, but
Yeah.
Unicorns are for the ones that everyone wants but no one can get. I'm not sure that's quite a unicorn.
Yeah.
But I think it's a super cool car. I think the price tag just didn't match what the car was. It's like people aren't going to pay that kind of money for a little tiny Japanese,
Yep.
Street racer.
Yeah.
SCS is showing off Iowa some more. Check out some of the settlements you can come across in our upcoming Iowa settlements. You know you're in the middle of nowhere when they're calling it settlements. I call them cities.
Right. We call them villages here. Yeah. Oh, look, there's a wolf. Or is that a husky?
Yeah, it was. It was a wolf, I think.
Just wandering around casually right in front of the church, like, oh, hey, wolf, what's up?
And this one suckered me. So I didn't read it 100% correctly, but like they call it the land of 1,000 lakes, and I'm like, oh, Minnesota? Isn't it Minnesota?
Right.
And,
should be.
And I'm like, wait, that's not Minnesota.
Oh, Finland. Yeah.
Finland.
Oh, ETS.
Yeah, ETS. Yep. So there you go. Those are teasers from SCS this week. Okay. Earmuffs. Amir muffs.
All right, taking my headset off. I'm going to go grab a drink.
All right, Amir muffs. It is dainty. All right, Season 3. This is an update coming from the team behind Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Season 3 arrives today. What day was this? This was a couple days ago, I think. March 19th, so 2 days ago, yeah. Bringing highly requested community features and improvements. So, Season 3, table of contents, car delivery mission, solo mode, navigation mode, new cars, Season 3 solar pass details, license plate customization and clan shops, patch notes, other improvements, future of Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. We see a Ferrari, we see a Lambo Urus, McLaren, some map. Yeah. Anyway, okay, there's your update. We'll let Amir back on the show again. All right, Amir. Oh, look, a DeLorean.
All right, I'm coming back.
A DeLorean.
I'm back.
All right, that's all.
Who would want to get a DeLorean? I'd love a DeLorean. I mean, I know there are POSs, but still, just to have one, I'd
They are
love to have
so.
one.
I think they're remaking DeLoreans right now. I think so.
They,
Somebody got the
they were trying
name.
to, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I drove a DeLorean once.
Hmm.
I drove an incredible replica
Yeah.
of the Back to the Future car. Do you guys
Oh,
remember that?
nice. Yeah.
Um, Drove it around the city, by the way. So I
Mm,
got to drive a like movie level Back to the Future mobile
nice.
around the city, and people were tripping. Um,
Yeah.
should I try to find it? That was kind of a big moment in my world. Should I try to find it?
You should maybe if you can still find it. Yeah, man. Like I remember at the when I went to Spa 24 Hours last year, because they had a section where people can show off their car collections. Some of the cars that no normal human being will ever be able to afford. And there was a guy there that brought a replica DeLorean from Back to the Future. He had it out there. He had like a cardboard cutout of the Doc and Marty McFly and everything. You could see that he had like even like the what is it? A flux capacitor with like had LEDs in it to show like the lights going through it. Oh, it was so awesome to look at, man.
Okay, hold on. That was one of our NVIDIA trips. So Back to the Future just brought up everything with the word back or future. Let's see if NVIDIA. Um, all right, I can't put this much time into looking for something on that. We'll try one more. We'll try DeLorean. Uh, no, that's not it.
No,
Oh, what was the title of that show? We went to like this auto spa garage thing on the vids tab. Huh?
I don't know.
Just search DeLorean. I tried that. Yeah, it didn't work. All right. Too bad. That would have been fun. I'm trying to
Just
think. What was it?
look for it later, and we could see it during next week's show.
Yeah, or I'll post a link to it in
There
the
you go.
Discord or something.
There you go.
All right. We actually have news from Live for Speed. Yeah, our
What?
March progress report with technical details about exposure, reverse debuffer, and fog and tunnels. So there's a whole write-up in the LFS forum, and this is from Scowen himself. Scowen, force feedback, appropriate filtering to prevent spikes, ABS updated for 1,000 hertz physics, thread-related
Hmm.
crash, retro model updating, AI, some bugs and things. So they are working on Live for Speed.
Yeah.
It's not just their community still driving it, but the team behind it is still working it.
Is it still only 3 people working on it, or
Yeah,
do they have more people now?
and it's not even
Yeah.
all three of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, at all times, because they all kind of went on to
Right.
their own. They all grew up, and then like got
Yeah.
married and had kids, and probably had to like maybe get real jobs for periods of time, and then
Yeah.
bring the band back together again, right? So all right, this was a fun video out of Fanatec. Oh, oh, oh. Sorry, I can't play their music, so I figured because I'm such a talented singer. You can tell I spent many,
The
many,
best.
many years in choir.
The best.
Hey, hey. Um, Team of three, no need for
Right.
more. Quantity over quality. That's been their approach. The
Right.
only problem is it takes 20 years to finish.
Oh, I would never. I would never have flipped a wheel like that.
Verhagen. Samantha Verhagen, is that her name?
Wow.
Canadian Asian GT3 driver for BMW?
I guess so. I haven't
Cool.
seen this video yet. Yeah, that's
Cool.
cool. That fan,
Choir boy Sean.
Oh, they're all out there racing. She's just sitting there waiting in the car, like, "Where's my steering wheel?" Right? They're probably like on the last lap. Is like, "Oh, finally get my wheel."
Driver 69. So that's something that I love. And this is again, we can talk way back machine. Everything was a box title back in the day. Maybe get 3-4 updates. And then we've moved into that new phase where with Sims, it's a little different than even like, Gran Turismo even.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, they're evolution Sims, kind of like our sim rigs. I might be.
Hey, Caitlin. Oh,
What?
come on. No, I'm teasing Caitlin. She's an Asian female and a BMW driver. That's 3 strikes.
No, Caitlin, I'm sorry. It was actually the exact opposite. I mean, really, 100%. But that might be just as bad in the other direction, unfortunately. So,
Right.
just being fair, being honest.
Yeah.
Being honest. It was.
I don't know. Like, I might give her a strike for being Canadian, but I'm kidding.
Sim Gaming Expo in the house.
What's up, man?
So, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh no, I was just responding back to Star Fox because he's talking about has the shipping gotten better with Fnatic. I believe so. I haven't seen or heard any complaints or anything. I think now that they're finally transitioned over to Corsair, there hasn't been any more issues anymore for the most part.
Video prices are going up.
Well, that's not Fanatec's fault. We won't get into that. That's going to politics. We won't get into it. So.
John, yeah, exactly. Caitlin keeping it real. I know you're joking, Caitlin. But no, I'm keeping it even more real. It's like I'm wrong, but I'm wrong in the opposite direction that you think. So Moza had a really big week. It wasn't just the active M booster pedal. It was also the active shifter. So now this is kind of interesting. The active shifter is not the active shifter. The active shifter is their force feedback flight stick that works as a shifter. Yeah. So this is a new feature of their flight stick, so I'm thinking there's a bunch of guys with the flight stick that they paid for on top of the base, right? Because they're doing that kind of like a wheelbase and stick. You could buy a different stick, right? And then now there's a little handle, and you can use it as a shifter, which is kind of weird. So I think there's probably a bunch of flight guys using it as a shifter in a sim just to try it out. I don't think they didn't send us one, but it wasn't like deliberate. Yeah, but it wasn't deliberate. It was sort of more like, it was more like a feature, so it was really just for the people who already have the A9 base.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'd kind of like to try it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm working on getting one here. But I'm like, hey, but if you're going to send me one, you might as well send me a flight stick and flight yoke to go along with it. That might have been the hurdle. Like, it might have started out great conversation when it was a base and a shifter, but when I cranked it up, maybe it got more difficult. I don't know. We'll finish that. Anyway, big updates, though. So we knew about the 360 hertz coming to iRacing. Updates to the R9, R12, R16, R21. So all the big bases got updates. And I think that's all I have to say about that. Here, a little more detail on it. So the new R9, R12, R16, R20 have received huge performance boost, 21-bit magnetic encoder for 2.09 million gigawatts resolution, fully enhanced force feedback for incredible in-game resolution. And then here's a shot of the shifter so you guys can see it. The AB9 force feedback base to deliver 9 Newton meters continuous torque and 12 Newton meters peak torque, bringing real-world gear shift feel to your setup.
Nice.
Of the big companies, like I know I've been told of a few out there that exist. So like I know the guys who do the Quave Shifter Pro Sim, they have like a lockout kit that you can do for it. I'm not sure it's a force. I'm not sure, but
no.
This is the first like big company. So they beat.
Well, no, I think. Well, Virpil had Virpil for flight gear. They had a force feedback for for the flight controls.
So
I think they took that.
no.
Moza kind of, yeah,
But did they turn it into a shifter, Virpil?
well, Virpil doesn't do sim racing gear. They just
Exactly.
do
Yeah,
aircraft.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I'm with you 100%.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just, but of any company I can think of mainstream in sim racing, this is the first company to technically have a force feedback shifter.
Hmm.
And so all the times that I've been talking smack about the clutch and how it's just sort of the lame pedal,
Right.
um, the reason wasn't the clutch pedal itself. It was because we didn't have active shifters.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to get my hand literally on that shifter and see, because that will be a game changer. That's when we could have an active shifters, when I would start looking into having leagues that forced shifters, right? Like
Leagues that, but what cars are there left that to have H pattern
Mustang
shifters?
GT 500.
Oh, yeah. Nobody races that crap.
But it's more fun with the shifter than it is. It actually drives better when you H pattern it. So, anyway. All right. Anything else from them? No, I think that's everything. 360 hertz mode, we talked about that. SDK, that doesn't really apply to us, but updates their SDK for development. And that's it. All right. Moving right along. I'll just play this real quick. It's not sim racing related, but Thrustmaster is now got a new space stick. So it's about time
Ooh.
somebody went this direction. It's like, yeah, they keep going in Warbird, right?
Space.
Now
The
they're like,
final
hey,
frontier.
but there are a bunch of these space games that people are playing. So
Mhm.
they're now making their SOL R range, dedicated to
Ooh.
space simulations, available April 16th.
I mean, isn't that just a flight stick?
Yeah, but I think the button mapping's a little different, and it
Yeah.
looks a little more futuristic. Obviously not
Okay.
force feedback. I can tell you, looking at the design, there's no way it's a force feedback stick.
Right.
How come nobody...
Yeah, it doesn't look more space. It looks more like spacey than like regular. Yeah.
Can someone please explain to me this? Because, I mean, I had a Microsoft Sidewinder force feedback flight stick, 15 years ago? Maybe even
Something like that. Yeah.
18 years ago? Can someone please explain to me why the flight sim world decided non-force feedback was going to be the normal? Because I'm not saying no force feedback flight sticks exist, but a good
Right.
majority of the quality ones are not force feedback. And so I just kind of wonder
True.
why. How come that's not a demand of flying people?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, now I know most modern planes are fly-by-wire, but I think I think the modern plane, in a real plane, correct me if I'm wrong. If I were in a 777, it's a fly-by-wire plane that has a force feedback stick because they want you to feel resistance on the forces, because that's how you fly. Am I correct? It's not like it's a dead stick.
Well, so I'll say like when I flew last year on a plane and I actually got to play with the controls,
Mm-hmm.
there was no FFB in the joystick.
But
There was nothing.
But could you feel the resistance of the surfaces on the wind?
Not through the controller. No, not through the joystick.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay. Well, I know nothing. This is why I ask questions. I know nothing on this.
yeah, maybe because it's all because everything's electronic now. So like all it does is just takes the signal from the joystick and then then the controller computer does whatever it does to the mechanical parts. But yeah, I didn't feel anything. I was just able to really. And then yeah, but maybe like on older planes, like on prop planes or something like that, you would feel the FFB
Right.
a little bit more.
Well, so
But
like
yeah,
back when I used to, back in my, pilot days when I used to go against the Red Baron, we could feel everything in those paper planes. I mean,
yeah.
and they're literally wooden paper, but like, when you pulled on the stick, you felt everything. You were fighting it. You see it in the movies. Just pull back harder, right? Just like eighth gear in a car, Van Diesel.
Yeah.
Ajax. So Immersion was the owner of the force feedback patent. Has it expired? I'm not sure. Is it expired? That'd be great. I'd be thrilled. That's something that's irked me from the beginning I learned their name. VRS fans. Hey, David, I know David's rocking the new quick release system. I have a shot of... There's some in a box. Nope, those are springs. Where's there? Oh, here it is. There. I can't find it. VRS. But in addition to that,
Yeah.
VRS is also talking about um, VRS. This was yesterday, 2 days ago. VRS fans, a new era starts today. Next gen QR connectivity. Oh, here it is. The is here. QR Connect wheel and
Ooh.
UDFP20 adapter drop now in the US and EU. A cable-free future begins. Enjoy and hit
Nice.
us up with questions. If you have questions, you could hit up David Payne. He's
Yeah.
installing that as we speak. What else? Wreckfest early access went live yesterday.
It did.
Did you buy it? I didn't buy it.
No, I was looking at it yesterday, but then I saw the people are having a lot of issues with it. So I'm
I
like, I'm not gonna bother for now until they've ironed things out, and then maybe I'll try. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to
It's
minimize my
it's still
disappointment because I might be getting ahead of my
yeah,
skis here.
right.
When they made Wreckfest 1, when they made their adaptation to the console, they screwed that game up so bad that it went from being a great game to being a good console game, a good controller game. I literally
Yep.
stopped using my steering wheel after the update and just started playing with a controller. Everything I've heard
Yeah.
about Wreckfest 2 is people saying controller game, controller game. And
Yeah.
if that's the case, I don't care. I don't do that.
Yeah.
So sorry. Sorry. I'm really sorry for me. I'm not sorry to Wreckfest.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry to Bugbear. I kind of honestly here's where I am with them. If this is true, and I might be ahead of my skis here. But if it's true that they just took what was one of the best driving games out there and just ruined it, and then on their next venture just said, screw it, we're happy with that, I have no respect for you whatsoever. I don't. This is a
Yeah.
driving game. Wreckfest was a great driving game,
Yep.
and let somebody else go make the next Twisted Metal. This
Yeah.
was Wreckfest, and so yeah, I'm pretty pissed off about it. Actually, I'm
Yeah.
disappointed.
Same. Oh yeah, man. Like I'm just gonna wait and see. I'm gonna play the wait game. Yeah. I mean, I loved Wreckfest, dude. We had so much fun in Wreckfest when we did, Pit Crew Wreckfest. It was so much fun.
It
And
was.
then they did the patch update that screwed everything up, and it was just,
I feel like we
uh,
forced it because it was still a fun game, but it's like,
yeah.
yeah, but I mean, I have all this nice equipment for a reason.
Yep.
Why should I play a drive? That's the thing. I think okay, let's be fair. For the general public, I think that's a great game. For sim racers, it's a betrayal. And the reason I say that is because like if your normal thing is just general gaming, you might want a really cool fun driving diversion game where you wreck things and all that. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Cuz like for me, when I'm looking for a diversion game, I'm looking for something completely different, right?
Hmm.
And so therefore, being the guy who spends so much time sim racing, who has all this fancy gear, I don't need my diversion game to be the same genre. We need to
Yeah.
leave this genre. At least like to Grand Theft Auto, right? Like even though there's a lot of driving, it's certainly not a driving game. Um, and this isn't the first I've seen that, by the way. I think you guys have heard me rant about Planet Coaster, but Planet Coaster 2 is a betrayal to fans of the genre, but it might be a better game for the general public. So how do you weigh that? Like they need to make that's their job is to make money. But at the same time, if that's what you wanted to make was the greatest coaster game in the world, you screwed that up. So, all right, moving on.
Yeah.
Sean Muffs on this one. Sean Muffs, Project Motor Racing.
Why Sean Muffs?
I have no faith. I have no faith. No faith. I have hope, but no faith. How's that?
Okay. Okay.
Hadron, developed for Project Motor Racing. So what's powering the handling you're going to feel in Project Motor Racing? The internal name at Straight 4 is Hadron. Hadron is the new modular vehicle dynamics platform developed specifically from the ground up, I might add, for Project Motor
Ooh.
Racing. There it is. Look at that. That's proof. Here, see the
I can
Hadron
tell.
inspector at work. See, when you run
Are we?
two atoms through the Hadron Collider, you can observe dark matter. Okay. Tim Wheatley's there.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, that concludes our news. I hope you enjoyed it. I have more to talk
Is
about,
it?
but that was the end of the news.
Oh, you forgot something.
What?
Or I don't know if you have it up, but we got to talk about Sim Gaming Expo and some of the new people
I missed
that
it.
again got announced for it.
Here,
Yeah.
let me. Is that it? Hold on. In the Sim Expo thread.
Yeah, and some Expo thread.
Um, we have a lot of threads in our Discord.
Well, I mean, if you
I got it.
do
I
you have
got it.
this?
No, I'm on it
Okay.
here. Next we. I don't. What are we talking about? Why don't you help us?
Uh, all right. So, I mean, if you maybe if you go to their Twitter, the Sim Gaming Expo's Twitter, they'll have it.
Okay.
Because they just announced three. They announced a new. They announced another special guest, and they announced two more vendors that are going to be at the Sim Gaming Expo. Or I'm sorry, two special guests and a vendor that are going to be there.
GSI.
Mm, I think it's still being worked.
I see a picture.
Don't quote me on it. Maybe they are. I haven't. Don't quote me on it. I said just you
Wait.
can look at their Twitter and see.
Hold on. I screwed that up. That was somebody's. So, okay. All right. Special guest announcement: MX5 all day to the Sim Gaming
Yeah,
Expo 2025. If you love Mazda MX5 racing and iRacing, then you already know Travis. Bring your daily dose of Mazas across rookies, PCC, and advanced Mazas. All right. Exhibitor
yeah. There's
announcement:
more.
Simcraft. Simcraft. They make a cool motion sim.
They do.
Mech Warrior Clans. No, that's
Yep.
there.
No.
We already talked about Hoisting Belt. All right, so Simcraft.
Well,
What?
there was also one more Sim Racing Den.
There it is. I'm sorry. Why did that one jump
Yeah.
ahead? I don't know. Hussingveld jumped ahead. And I'm like, we already
Oh,
covered.
okay.
And the
Yeah, we already covered them.
Racing Den. Get ready, Sim Racing fans. Mike from the Sim Racing Den is coming to the Sim Gaming Expo 2025. Known for his high-quality hardware reviews, in-depth tutorials, and expert conversations with racers, creators, and industry leaders. The Sim Racing Den.
Yeah, really nice dude. Michael's a really nice dude.
All right, cool. Thank you, Amir. I missed that. I
Yeah,
totally missed
buddy.
that. My mic again. What? What about my mic? I'm spiking because I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
And so, yeah, and I mean, as we're talking about the sim game, for the people that are living under the rock and now just watch, it's happening this September. From was it from the
5th through 7th.
5th to the 7th of September? You can buy your tickets now. It's going to be held in Chicago. And if you are a member of Discord, you can go to our Discord, and in the announcement section is a code that will get you. Check. You'll get 10% off your tickets.
All right.
And we're planning on, and as a Sim Pit crew, like if we can get everybody registered, like a lot of people registered as a Sim Pit crew, we're planning on possibly having a dinner together. We're looking at a race together. We're going to have an esport where we're going to have a time where we can just go out there and race each other in life too, and a couple other things. So we're planning on trying to do something. We just need to know how many people are going to be there, so we can start planning and organizing something for the pit crew.
Tom Jones, I don't know how much the tickets are, but I can tell you this. It will be insignificant by the time you've paid for travel and accommodations.
For a single day ticket, it is $35. 2-day pass is $60. And for a 3-day pass, it is $85.
Hinch already got his hotel room. Can I sleep on your floor, Sam?
But yeah.
Star Fox says Sean has a hadron. All right, Simpit Rally. Stage rally 11 of 12 finished yesterday. I might have scored points again.
Ooh, did you?
Yeah, I might be finally getting better at rally slightly.
Okay.
I think adding the handbrake was a good move.
Okay.
And then the other is a few rallies ago, I stopped reading chat mid rally. That seems to have helped as
well,
well.
well, yeah, you can't read chat when you're racing. That's like rule number one. You can talk, but you can't read chat.
um. All right. So, rally chili bio. What is bio? Does anyone know what that means? No entries. Oh, rally. Central Europe. Here we go. Here are the results of the rally chili bio. Oh, and the Subaru helped too. For sure. All right. Let's go to stage 6. I didn't set it up very well.
Do it.
Here we go. Winning rally chili. Fearless. Fearless wins
What?
the rally. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah. Rally time of a minute 3. An hour
Okay.
3. 1 hour 3 minutes total rally time. Fearless winning the event. David S. 39 seconds back in P2. P3 goes to Caractacus. 140
Nice.
back. 4th and 5th place are Max Power WRC and Lounge Cloud. Dirge coming in 6th place. Alesh Mom in 7th. Sean Cole. Simpit Sean in 8th.
Nice, buddy.
Vintage Dude 68 in 9th. Jay with 1 leg. Jay's in the chat. Hey, Jay.
Yeah, he is. What's up, Jay?
Finishing in 10th. Not Jay was one of the people knocking John out of the top 10.
Man.
Who is Ufi Boombala?
Oh.
Ufi Boombala finishing in 11th. F4H, that's John Hill in 12th. Spatial Dragon in 13th. Tough rally. We had a few DNFs.
But say, what happened to Callum McLeod?
Callum crashed.
Ooh.
All right, championship standings are as follows. Oh, it's down to 1 point. David S. or Davis ERR 44, 175 points. PC Deadman in second, 174 points. 1 point between the two. 1 rally to go. Alesh Mom in third with only a 6-point margin over Caractacus. So those two are battling for the final podium spot. Max Powers in fifth. And let's see, we can just look back. How far back? I'm in 14th place with 14 points.
Nice.
My life's goal is to somehow score 4 points. Actually, I'd like to score 5 points in the next rally. That's a tall order. And now that would allow me to beat Joa. But all Joa has to do is show up and score a point, and I'm pretty much, there's no chance whatsoever. Joa's run like 2 rallies, and he has more points than me. I'm in 14th place, though. Hey, I've had seasons where I scored 0 points, so 14 points. I think I've scored points in 3 rallies, so that's really not bad. No, yeah. I'm not beating Joa still. All right, this Sunday is the beginning of the Simpit Racing League, Road Racing League, GT3 and Pro class, GT3 and Pro. Did you know that? We're going to have Pro cars and GT3 cars.
Yep.
Yeah. Or we're going to have all GT3 cars and we're going to have Pro and Amateur classes. I think that's more correct. Post-race stewarding, open setups, prizes for season winners, 50-minute practice, 10-minute qualifying, 60-minute races. This all kicks off this Sunday, which should be pretty cool. Hi, Greg.
Yeah.
And the winners are going to have prizes and trophy plaques. That's what I'm going to call these. Trophy plaques. There is an example of some fine work by Amir carrying on the trophy tradition here at the Simpit. Thank you. I can't do that.
I'm actually in the middle of printing it right now, so hopefully I can get it finished this weekend. Actually, show like a real picture of it. Yeah.
Oh wait, that's not my. Hold on, I gotta go to a different section on our thing. Oh, David Payne with the last minute image as well. So here is a shot here. This is actually R Garcia, aka N Smokes 420 in our community. Posted this shot here of their rig in our post your rig section. If you want to see your rig on the show, just post it in the post your rig section. I like to get to them. Looks like an OG play seat. Check that out. OG play seat right there. R12 wheel. So the rig is the same, but everything around it. Look at the vice grip clamp action.
Yeah.
That
I saw that.
That is like takes me back in the Wayback Machine. How do you have do you have some? Okay, so R Garcia N Smokes 420 has a cannabis button on their Stream Deck. Do you think that like fires up their vaporizer like a water bottle or something?
Right.
I don't know.
He's hiding it, but he's got like a little thing that comes out behind his seat.
His microphone
It goes back out.
His microphone doesn't really work. It's been repurposed. It has a little tube running through it. All right, so let's see here. Running an R12 Fanatic V1 pedals play seat that wobbles a lot with the R12, no doubt. 3D printed base for the R12, so that's what's vice grip is a 3D printed base, so they could vice grip it to the plate that doesn't work.
Yep.
Awesome, great work, and the true spirit of DIY. All right,
yeah.
During the course of this show, David Payne has actually installed the VRS quick release. But wait, you still have a wire. I thought we're wireless now.
The wheel is wireless now.
But there's a wire from the wheel to. He still has a wire.
No, that's from the quick release.
Oh, so now just
I believe.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. Everything's integrated into the quick release, and you just take the wheel off.
Okay, that's kind of cool because it means that the wheel can just come off and go on the wall or on the floor versus having the wire that you have to then unplug.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Good work, David Payne.
Yeah.
All right, check this out. That is the throttle pedal of the SimuCube. Look at all your Star Wars books.
Oh, yeah.
I'm friends with a guy named
Star Wars.
Paul Slavonic on.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say people's names like that on Facebook, and he writes like licensed Star Wars books. Like I don't know which trilogy or which genre of Star Wars, but
right.
We have a friend. I don't know if you're really into him. We might be able to get some stuff from him.
Ooh, I mean, I'm not a fan of the Luke Skywalker saga books. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I love Star Wars. I love everything. But I really, really enjoy like the old Republic style of the Star Wars storytelling.
Right.
How the Sith came to be, how the Jedi came to be, like, you know, the big war between them. And how it led into, and now I'm geeking out, but how everything led to now the rule of two for the Sith. Before then, it used to be like, you know, thousands of Sith fighting thousands of Jedi,
right?
Republic wars, and then eventually, like, there was one Sith, Darth Bane was like, or not Darth Bane, I can't remember. Was it Darth Bane? I can't remember. But he established the rule of two. You can only have a master and a disciple, an apprentice. And that's all, you know, and then eventually the apprentice will kill the master, and and then the new master will get a new apprentice, and that's how they should operate in the shadows, not out in public. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, my camera's all screwed up with you. That's okay. Yeah, Discord drops cameras. It's really weird. Yeah. Anyway, so this is the SimuCube throttle pedal. I got distracted by your background. But this is this. Now, why would a mirror have a SimuCube throttle pedal? And of all the pedals, isn't the throttle the most basic? I like that dial. Mm-hmm. What's that little orange dial do for us?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't had a chance to really do anything with it. I believe that's the dampener, I think.
Interesting.
I don't know. I have to. I haven't looked at it too much.
Yeah, Amir has totally labeled himself a nerd.
I am.
100%. Yeah.
Star
Uh,
Wars, Transformers, Gundam, that is all me.
he's
Yeah.
got
Marvel, DC.
missile-equipped slant-nose Porsche. He's got
Oh yeah.
Transformers truck.
Yep.
He's got Pop Toys. Pop Toys.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Oh, it's Groot and then the Joker Batman.
So is it about Groot and the Batman Joker, or is it about Pop Toys? Be honest.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just I used to subscribe to Loot Crate back in the day, and it was just like a subscription box you get every month. It was just like a bunch of,
Stuff.
stuff in it, and those two were in it. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Cool. Nerd.
that's fine.
You're a
I'll
fucking
own it. I own
nerd.
it.
Nobody likes you. No, sorry.
That's fine.
I think that's Hot Tub Time Machine. All right. That's why. That's why Amir has the throttle. Because look at that thing. Look at that. How long is that pedal? I think we're at 15 inches for the Moza. Was it 13 or 15?
It's
Yeah.
it's pretty long. I haven't measured it yet.
How
But
long
there you
is your active pedal?
Oh yeah, I got a long.
Very cool. Very cool. So,
Yeah.
we are going to be able to compare some notes. Of course, it's going to be Amir running the review on the SimiCube active pedal. And when he's all done,
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a little conversation, maybe even a whole show dedicated to just talking about the differences.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make my arguments for my pedal and you make your arguments for your pedal and see who wins the debate. So, you were Star Wars sitting next to Debbie Reynolds, who is Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Yeah.
Wait. Isn't she Carrie Fisher's mother? Isn't it the other way around? Isn't Carrie Reynolds Debbie, or isn't Carrie Fisher anyways?
I don't know.
Yeah, that is John. John is the master name dropper, by the way.
Yep.
And so extension. So if you're running all three, then they plug into the brake one. So 1 and 2 is gas and clutch, I'm guessing.
What's that?
If you're going to run 3 active pedals, they go into that extension pedal slot on the
Yep.
back?
Yeah. So yeah, if you look at the back, yeah, they got all the extensions. Like I don't know. I'll show it right here. Yeah. I don't know. Like I think it's kind of pointless to have 3 of them. For gas and clutch. Yeah. I think brake. But you can. I mean, if you have the money and you want to spend exorbitant amount of money to have 3 active pedals, you can do it. But I think it's kind of pointless.
You've used the haptics. You put the reactors on.
Yes.
Now, what about for traction control on the throttle? I mean, is that beneficial?
It could be. I mean, I'm not saying. Yeah, I guess.
So
you could. I mean, I could
you,
always, because I have this in Magic Haptics, so I could always make a plate and put it on the SimiCube, passive throttle.
Right.
But I mean, for me, I think what's more important for me on a gas pedal, this is just me personally, I prefer a very long throw on a gas pedal. And that's one thing I like about their throttle pedal is like it comes with 3 different springs. One short one medium, and one long, and you can sit there and adjust the length of the throw. So to me, that was like a bigger thing than actually using active pedal as a gas pedal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So that's something that Amir is going to be working on, and I know he got right to it. I mean, big shocker there. All right, and that takes us to Reddit for some rigs.
Yeah.
But we're already kind of long on the show. I mean, do we want to look at rigs?
It's up to you, buddy. I mean, I know you're sick and not feeling good. I mean, totally up to you, man.
Yeah,
we don't have to. We could do an extra long one next week.
We already saw an extra long show instead of the short one.
Exactly.
Actually, there's nobody's updating because we already showed this last week. Here's that Deathmobile.
Yeah.
Here's that strap down.
Yep.
So yeah, look at this guy's room. F this guy. I need to get a job. I want a cool room. Look at this room.
Right.
Well,
yeah, we looked at that. We looked at that one last time.
Oh, you're behind.
Oh.
You'll know. It's the dark and purple room.
Oh, gotcha.
Look at this room. I'm so
You could do that
jealous.
in your room.
I don't have any money. I don't have any space. I don't have
You
any
just need a
lighting.
bucket. You just need a bucket of paint and some LEDs, and you're good to go.
Bucket of paint. I can't paint this room. I can't do anything, man. All right, that's
Oh
it.
man,
That's
I
it.
know.
That's it.
I wish I could do the same. I can't do anything really much in my room. Yeah.
But I've found ways to cheat on painting.
Mhm.
Fabric. You can hang fabric. So if you want black walls, you don't paint. You just hang fabric.
Oh, okay.
But Joann's went out of business, so I don't know how you do that now.
Yeah.
So, I guess. Oh yeah, I do. It's called Amazon. That's why Joann's went out of business.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah, that was quite a room. I am very jealous. So, all right, everybody. I am going to take my bitter. And I know why I'm bitter. It's because I'm not feeling well, so I'm just sort of drained. And what you were going to say something?
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
We didn't cover the VR. Do you have the VR?
Oh, I sent you the link in Discord.
Oh, here. Let me get on it. One more story. This just in. This just in. Headsets and Tech reporting. Big Screen Beyond 2 has clearer, wider, adjustable lenses and optional eye tracking. Look at this thing. Look at this snazzy little
Yeah.
VR. Big Screen Beyond 2 starts shipping next month with significantly upgraded and adjustable lenses, and Beyond 2E is coming in May with eye tracking. Oh.
Yeah.
Like the original Beyond, Big Screen Beyond 2 and 2E are tethered PC VR headsets that use Steam VR tracking, so you'll need a PC with a powerful graphics card. Yeah, we know all that. Big Screen Beyond 2 plays Beyond 1, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I'm loud with my blah, blah, blah. I'm still blah, blah, blah. They reduced the headset's weight. This is critical right here. Reduced the headset's weight down to 107 grams, down from 127. By comparison, the Quest 3 weighs 397 grams. The Apple Vision Pro weighs 478 grams. So this is like a quarter the weight. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I want one. Oh, I'm going to
Right.
run into the same problem I've been having with other
Yep.
things. The Halo mount will support the included soft strap with a $130 audio strap. Okay. Anyway, well, that's a big deal for you VR guys. Somebody's going to have to let me know how it works. And 1,019 for the 2, and the 2E will be 1,219 in May. $200 more.
I like the option for the different front plates. Like you could get a clear or black or
Yeah,
like
that orange.
different color. I like that. I like that. That's pretty cool. You can actually like customize. Yeah.
It comes in black, but also available are the crystal clear and the nuclear orange. Nuclear.
I don't know. I would just put googly eyes on it. That's all.
Can you? But you have to make sure you're not blocking any of the like tracking.
Yeah, the
points.
cameras. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. Camo. No one can see you, but you can't see them seeing you anyway. So does it really happen?
Yeah.
If you can't see them seeing you, did they really see you?
Not really.
I don't
You can't
think so.
see me.
Yeah. Yeah. Jordy LaForge visor. Someone should they should have made one of the things look like that with like little slits. All right, everyone.
All right, bye.
I'm gonna go get some food. I gotta go to the market, and then I gotta rest up and try to get myself back to normal again before Sunday. So that is gonna do it for today's show. Anything else on your end, Amir?
No. Yes. Stay tuned. I might stream Sebring Race. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'll probably stream parts of it, maybe towards the end, just because I have to do other things throughout the day, and I won't be able to sit in the cockpit all the time. Entertain people during the stream, and then we'll be streaming the Sunday's race, and I'll be on my pedals, and then hopefully, then me and Sean later on can come together and compare the active, the Moza M booster pedals and my active pedals. Actually, put on a good show, like going through like the differences between them, but yeah.
Awesome. So it should be big. Should be big.
Yeah.
Really, really big things coming to the show. All right, everybody. I wish you all the very best weekend. Join the SimPit team. Stay tuned to our Discord. I'll encourage everybody on the SimPit endurance teams to post anybody who's streaming. We sometimes get a few people streaming, so you'll want to check in and see. And hopefully everyone posts their link to their shows when they're going. Sunday, we'll have the SimPit Road Series kickoff. And that should be exciting. I'm working on a few things. I'm working on the Fanatic Club Sport GT cockpit review. I'm working on the Conspit Aries Platinum base, Conspit CPP Evo pedals. What else? I have a couple other things that I can't talk about. And so lots of stuff going on around here. And yeah, get out there, do some sim racing. Amir, you have yourself a good weekend. I'll see you Sunday for our
You too, buddy. And
race. Smackdown.
oh,
I'm kidding.
oh, I know. I'm ready.
All right. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. Get out there, do some sim racing. This is the Sim Pit. I'm Sean Cole. That's Amir Assad. And we will see you on the track. Bye-bye.
Later, guys.